Everything you are experiencing today is the result of what you have believed up to now, and what you will experience tomorrow will depend entirely on what you decide to believe today. If you believe it, you create it. There are people who have achieved extraordinary things, not because they were the smartest, the strongest, or the luckiest, but because they were the ones who believed the most. They believed in their ideas, they believed in their dreams, and above all, they believed in themselves. Even when no one else did, are you made of something greater than your fears? Your potential has no limits except those you accept yourself, and within you there is a strength that, if you activate it, can transform your life completely. I don't promise it will be easy, but I assure you it's worth it, because what comes after this moment depends on one single thing that you choose to believe. And when you believe, you create. Do you know what great leaders, great entrepreneurs, great athletes have in common? They all started as ordinary people, with doubts, with mistakes, with moments of darkness. You don't need the world to give you permission. You only need to give yourself permission to dream, to try, to fail, to try again. Because when you believe it's possible, the universe moves, doors open, opportunities arrive, but it all begins in your mind. Visualize success. Before having it in your hands, you have to have it in your mind. Before achieving it in reality, you have to see it with the eyes of your soul. That is visualizing success. Great champions don't win on the day of the competition. They win every time they see themselves training, sweating, moving forward in their minds, every time they visualize crossing the finish line, hearing the applause, feeling the pride. Their victory begins in the mind, and yours can too. Take a moment. Close your eyes. Imagine your ideal life. Where are you? What are you doing? Who are you sharing that moment with? What emotions are running through your body? That's not just any dream. That's your north, your compass, your destiny, if you dare to walk toward it. Visualization is not fantasy. It's a focusing tool, because when you see your goal clearly, you start making decisions that bring you closer to it. You start acting as if it were already real, and little by little, it becomes real. Don't ask yourself if it's possible. Ask yourself, how would I do it if it were already a reality? Live as if you were already that person. Speak like them. Move like them. Think like them. Because the more you connect with that version of yourself, the faster it becomes true. Every morning, visualize, feel that it's already yours. Because if you see it with enough strength, if you desire it with enough passion, and if you work with discipline, it's only a matter of time. Because if you believe it, you create it. Break limiting beliefs. It's not what happens to you, it's what you believe about what happens to you. Your thoughts are what build your chains or your wings. From a young age, we're filled with phrases like, that's not for you, not everyone can achieve it, better something safe than dreaming too much. And without realizing it, we keep repeating those ideas as if they were absolute truths, but they're not. They're just mental programs. And if a program was installed, it can also be replaced. Do you know what the worst prison is? The one without bars. The one that lives inside your head, the one that says, I'm not good enough, I'm not lucky, I always fail. Those are the voices you must silence, because they don't come from your essence, they come from fear. You weren't born with limits, you learned them, and today is the moment to unlearn them, to look them in the eye and say, thank you for trying to protect me, but I don't need you anymore, because today you choose to move forward, even with doubts. Today you choose to believe, even if the world says no. Do you want to know if you have a limiting belief? Look at any area of your life where you're not growing, where you feel frustration, stagnation, pain. There's a hidden idea there that needs to be questioned. What are you telling yourself? And what would happen if you changed that story? Imagine that every thought is a seed. What are you planting in your mind? Excuses or possibilities? Fear or courage? Doubt or faith? because what you sow grows, and if you change your mindset, you change your destiny. Repeat with me, I am not my past beliefs. I am not my mistakes. I am not what they told me I was. I am what I choose to be from this moment. Because if you believe it, you create it. Discipline and daily action. Motivation ignites you, but discipline builds you. It's easy to feel inspired one day. The hard part is taking action. When you don't feel like it, when you're tired, when no one is clapping for you, that's where real results are born. Success is not an explosion, it's an accumulation. It's the result of small decisions made every day. When no one sees you, it's choosing to move forward, even if it's just 1 centimeter. When most give up, discipline is getting up when the alarm rings, it's doing the work. Even if there's no immediate reward, it's practicing when no one forces you. It's eating better, thinking better, moving better because you know every step counts. And yes, at first it's hard because the mind wants comfort. It wants the same. But every time you choose action over excuses, you become stronger, more reliable, more unstoppable. Do you want to change your life? Change your day. Organize yourself. Prioritize. Stop reacting and start creating. Have a plan, not perfect, no, but yours. Because an imperfect plan executed with discipline is worth more than 100 brilliant ideas that never come to life. Ask yourself every morning, what specific action brings me closer to my goal today? Write it down, do it, repeat it, and at the end of the month, the year, the decade, you'll realize it wasn't magic, it was consistency, it was discipline, it was intention. You don't need to do gigantic things, you just need to do the right thing every day. Because if you do it enough, if you persist enough, success is not a possibility, it's a consequence. Remember this because here is the heart of the message. If you believe it and do it every day, you create it, overcome failure. Failure hurts, and no one wants to talk about the pain. But failure is not the enemy. The real enemy is giving up. How many times have you told yourself, this wasn't for me? How many times did you give up just when you were closest to achieving it? Not because you couldn't, but because fear, shame, or exhaustion won the game. But listen to this well. Every person you admire has failed. They've lost money, they've made mistakes, they've doubted themselves, and yet they kept going. Why? Because they understood that failure doesn't define your worth. It defines your direction. Failing is not falling. Failing is staying on the ground, believing that's your place. You were born to fly, and every fall, if you look at it closely, is a lesson in disguise, a tool, a message for adjustment. Every time you fail, you have 2 paths, sink into guilt or build from experience. Choose the second. Ask yourself, what did I learn? What can I improve? What will I do differently next time? Because as long as you learn, you never lose. Don't compare yourself to anyone. No one is walking exactly your path. No one knows how many times you had to start over, but I'll tell you this, every time you do, you become stronger, wiser, more worthy of your own respect. Don't fear failure, fear empty days, repeated excuses, postponed dreams, because as long as you're trying, as long as you're moving, you're still winning. Get up, shake it off, look in the mirror and say, yes, I failed, but I'm not done. This is just the beginning. Because if you believe it, even in your darkest moments, you create it. The power of your environment. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And that's not just a nice phrase, it's a reality that shapes how you think, feel, and act. If you're surrounded by complaints, negativity, excuses, and fear, it sticks to you. It changes your language, your mood, your focus. But if you surround yourself with people who dream, who act, who fall and get up, who vibrate high, you rise too. Without realizing it, you start speaking differently, walking differently, thinking big. It's not about judging others. It's about protecting your energy, taking care of your mind, as if it were your greatest treasure, because it is. If you fill your space with noise, doubts, toxicity, you can't expect clarity, creativity, and faith. Look at your environment right now. Does it push you or limit you? Does it fill you or drain you? Does it make you grow or make you feel small? Maybe it's time to set boundaries, to choose with intention, to create new spaces. And if you don't have people nearby who inspire you, seek them out, read them, listen to them, watch their videos, make them your mentors from a distance. Today, more than ever, you can build your tribe from scratch, a tribe that pushes you, challenges you, reminds you who you are when you forget. Because wanting to change isn't enough. You have to cultivate an environment where that change is possible. And you have the power to choose that environment. You can build it, nurture it, defend it, because your future depends on it more than you think. Surround yourself with greatness, and your mind will start to expand on its own. Because if you live among people who believe, who create, who move forward, sooner or later, you will too. And then, once again, you'll see it clearly. If you believe it, you create it. Gratitude as a driving force. We want more, we dream of more, and that's fine. But sometimes, in the pursuit of what's to come, we forget what we already have. And that's where gratitude comes in. Gratitude is not conformity, it's awareness, it's looking around and saying, thank you for this, and yet I'm going for more. Because when you give thanks, you tune into abundance. And abundance attracts more abundance. Have you noticed that when you're grateful, everything flows differently? Your energy changes, your attitude improves, your mind opens. Gratitude is one of the most powerful emotions you can train. And the best part is it costs nothing, it just requires attention. Be grateful for what you've overcome, for the times you thought you couldn't go on and did, for the people who were there, for those who left and left you lessons. For every step you took, even trembling, make gratitude a habit. Write down 3 things every day that you're grateful for. Look at them, feel them, and you'll see how your reality starts to change. Because you stop seeing what's missing and start recognizing all that you already are. And here's the secret. When you give thanks from the heart, even for what you don't yet have, you start to attract it, because the universe responds to the vibration of someone who already feels blessed. Gratitude doesn't take away your hunger to grow. It multiplies it, because now you move forward from fullness, not from lack. And that's when the magic happens, when you give thanks for what you have while creating what you want. Because if you believe it, you create it, and if you're grateful, you attract it. You are the creator of your reality. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what they told you. It doesn't matter what you failed at. What matters is what you decide to do from now on, because you, yes, you are the creator of your reality. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are an architect with immense power, the power to choose, to take an idea and turn it into action, to transform a desire into discipline, to look at chaos and still build peace. Every word you say, every habit you repeat, every thought you feed, all of that is creating, all of that is shaping you. And when you realize that, you awaken to the power that was always in you, not in the government, not in your boss, not in your parents, in you. You decide how to respond. You decide how to get up. You decide what story to tell about your life. Stop waiting for the world to change to start moving. Start yourself today from where you are, with what you have. Because if you wait for the perfect moment, it will never come. But if you make it perfect with your intention, you will create it. This is your moment, the moment to take control of the helm, to stop living on autopilot, to ignite that vision inside you and walk toward it step by step, not to impress anyone, not to prove anything, but because you are worth it. This world needs your bravest, most conscious, most awake version. You didn't come just to survive. You came to create, to leave a mark, to elevate your life and those around you. So repeat with me, I am the creator of my reality. I have the power to change. I am not limited by my past. I move forward. I build. I create. Because if I believe it, I create it. Believe, create. Believe, create. Live. And remember, if you believe it, you create it.